Welcome to contemporary Africa. Africa is arguably the center of human origin. It is one of the largest continents on the globe and resource wise, the richest. I want to take you on a brief journey through Africa's West African country, Guinea Bissau. Let me first acknowledge that you might have no clue as to where this country is. You might not have even heard of it. But let's begin. It is very important that we do one thing first before we begin this journey. That is the proper enunciation of the country's name. Well, is it pronounced Guinea-Bissau? Wrong, wrong, wrong. Okay, well, is it pronounced Guinea-Bissau? Absolutely not. Well, let me try Guinea-Bissau. No, not at all. Well, is it Guinea-Bissau? Yes, 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 yes. Moving right along, let's get into some of Guinea-Bissau's physical features. Guinea-Bissau is one of the smallest countries in Africa. It has a square mileage of 13,948. It is the neighbor of other countries including Senegal, Gambia, and Guinea. To put the size of this place in perspective, it is about the same size of U.S. state Maryland. Guinea-Bissau is one of the most beautiful places anyone would ever set their feet in. It is home to various mountain ranges, waterfalls, trees, and open land. One of its highest mountains is Mount Kakalima, which is 3,317 feet tall. Because it borders the Atlantic Ocean, it is also home to various ports and islands, including their most popular island, Bijagos. There are various types of living arrangements in Guinea-Bissau. Many residents there live in homesteads. Many others live in community complexes. Both of these arrangements cultivate community and unity. Let's talk history for a moment. Guinea-Bissau was colonized in the early 14th and 15th centuries, just like many other African countries. They were colonized by the Portuguese. Because Guinea-Bissau was proximate to the infamous Atlantic Ocean, this was a favorable place for slave trading to occur. After the Berlin Conference of 1884, where European superpowers met to politically divide and ultimately rob Africa of its abundant resources, the country we now know to be Guinea-Bissau was referred to as Portuguese Guinea. Other European entities like Britain, France, Belgium, and Germany continued with the trend of theft and continued to do what they did best: lied, stole, and made a joke of it. Does this sound familiar to present day American politics? The Guinea-Bissau War of Independence was an armed conflict and national liberation struggle that took place in Portuguese Guinea between 1963 and 1974. The war ended when Portugal, after the Carnation Revolution of 1974, granted independence to Guinea-Bissau, followed by Cape Verde a year later.
Yes. Jesus, praise the Lord. Yes, God. Hallelujah, God. Yes. We don't want no devils in our house, God. Yes, we Lord. Want the Lord. Yes, Jesus.
Let's now begin to talk about Guinea-Bissau's society and culture. After centuries of European oppression and domination, Guinea-Bissau, whose capital is Bissau, has experienced some very interesting bouts. Though this country is rich in culture, it is one of the poorest and most problematic regions on the continent. Guinea-Bissau is a part of the ECOWAS trade organization. Conversely, the economy is extremely deformed. The country ranks among the world's least developed countries and one of the 10 poorest countries in the world. Over half of the country's population live with less than $2 a day. Guinea-Bissau's major exports include cashews, rice, and sugar. Wait, actually, that's not sugar. That's cocaine. Guinea-Bissau is a hotspot for drug trading. Colombian drug cartels traffic on the country's islands and trades between other countries in Africa and in Europe. In 2005, it became clear that billions of dollars worth of drugs were being shipped into this region. Let's now look into the country's leadership and government. Understanding the drug plague of the country and its potential danger, President Vaz has taken matters into his own hand. Jose Mario Vaz is the current president of the country, and he has been in office since 2014. In my opinion, he is a great leader who wants to see the country turn around and become one of Africa's leading nations. He has and is currently working to purge the current government and those in office. He has released many of his immediate staff and looks to retire at least 5,000 military personnel over the next 5 years. Guinea-Bissau's Navy Admiral Jose Tishoto was recently convicted of facilitating drug trading with South America. President Vaz hopes that military coups and corruption will significantly decrease under his leadership. If he is allowed to serve in full capacity without the threat of others, I know he will do exceedingly well. In spite of Guinea-Bissau's hardships and challenges, its people remain hopeful and alive.